VHS. My name's Steve.
My name's Ernest.
Today we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of why did they ever even made this movie?
Because we needed a badass sequel to follow up one of the, if not my favorite comic book movie of all times.
Good movie. Number 1. Great movie. Amazing movie. Top 5 movies. Easily. What the is this? How did they get so peer pressured into making this where they're scared to use weapons?
Okay, first and foremost, my defense for this is, and when I was a kid, I never even noticed they didn't use weapons in it.
That is, as a kid, when I watched that movie.
I realized they didn't use their weapons, but it never bothered me.
That was the first thing that I noticed or that bothered me when I was watching. I'm like, the hell? Like all the cartoons, the toys that I had, they all had like the weapons, and that was like the thing. Even the games, they had weapons, and then like all of a sudden I'm watching this and I'm like, the fuck?
I personally like that they are using sausage links and wiffle ball bats.
God, I hate you, Steve.
Fire extinguisher. My favorite thing is they were so, like, people were upset about, like, Raphael fighting with size and stuff. But it's okay to shove a fire extinguisher inside somebody's mouth and just let it blow.
Oh, you know that person's dead, right?
Right? It's just like, I don't understand how this works, but I would rather, like that could be something that the kids would actually be more inclined to come across than a scythe or a sword.
I don't get it, you know. I think, like, the movie creator or editor, whatever, you know, just got frustrated with it, and he just wanted to be a dick. Instead of nunchuck, he used sausage, fire extinguisher. They were still killing people.
Was the thing that, they were killing people.
Steve, there's no way that guy's alive, okay? In a realm of realism. Let me open a fire extinguisher inside and see if you survive.
Well, yeah, but they were, I was gonna say fictional characters, but technically they're all fictional characters.
Yes.
It was a mutant wolf. He don't count. He's not in the same realm as a person getting a fire extinguisher in his mouth.
Oh, so because he's an animal, he's a wolf, we can abuse him?
Yeah, he's a. Oh.
Tell us how you really feel, Steve. Alright, sorry, go ahead.
But anyways, first and foremost, I personally still really like this movie.
I like the third one better than the second one. Just saying.
Ouch. I can't agree with it. Because for me, the plot, I still really enjoy the plot. It kind of has mostly I wouldn't say the same beats, but kind of the same feeling. Which I really like is, one, turtles are in it throughout the entire movie.
Again.
You don't have to wait for the turtles. The characters that they introduced that were new weren't obnoxious. Like, Kino is actually kind of useful.
Weren't obnoxious, Steve.
Who's obnoxious? Essentially, the predominant new guys was, you had Kino, you had the Doctor, you had April's cameraman that was a bad guy, and then I can't remember if it's actually Vern, but
I thought it is Vern.
Maybe I'd have to actually sit there and rewatch. I can't remember his name 100%. And then Toko and Rezar. That's essentially all the new people. And then
you're right there in the last two who are annoying as shit.
Toko and Rezar?
Yes.
They're amazing. I love them. They are
great characters in video games, comic books.
That's where they came from, though. They came from the movie. They weren't from the comics.
Later on in the comic books.
They eventually got introduced, but
yes,
just like everything else. But this is where they came from.
In this movie,
because we couldn't get Bebop or Rocksteady, they were cheaper.
A lot cheaper. My God, they were so annoying.
Oh, but they're great. Like, when I was a kid, they were easily my favorite things. Especially Toko.
Well, when the kids, yes, they were entertaining, but like now,
even adults, I really like them. Again, it's one of those movies, like, for me, I don't really have any real problems with this, for the most part. Like,
it's not a problem, it's just a nuisance more of a...
Because for me, I think the pacing is still really good. Granted, this one more relies on having seen the previous one.
Yeah.
So it's not a self-contained of a movie. Like there's certain things that they hint on that you would have needed to see in the original. Really,
Which it shouldn't have happened. It
Well-
should have been a movie in its own.
yeah. Well, they had to bring Shredder back, so you kind of gotta go into that a little bit.
Yeah, because they had like so many different things that could have went off. You know what I mean? Like this for story wise.
Yeah, I still think like this is fine because this is where they didn't want to spend more money on other characters. So this is why we got Toka and Rezar, and then they already had the rights to Shredder, so we're getting Shredder. And
It was a cheap.
for
route.
me, I think it's still nice to see more Shredder early on. Because I think that's a lot of problems with a lot of even superhero movies nowadays, where you get like one villain. The one villain's only got really one movie to really get his thing
Yeah.
across, and then he's here hide nor hair out of him again.
But Thanos appears in like all
Yeah,
movies.
Thanos is pretty much the only one. And then they would say he's the best one, best Marvel
So
villain.
you're saying Shredder is Thanos of the TMNTs?
Yeah.
Does he snap?
Technically, I think it'd be Crane. But he's not in the movies. Well, not the ones that count, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the third movie's more hit on the fact that they didn't want to spend money.
Oh my god, the third movie is like
In terms of characters.
there was like,
where
here's $15, go.
You're only allowed to spend what you have, but you can't have Shredder. It's not allowed to be around anymore. But he's technically in the TMNT universe. He's sort of dead.
Yeah.
Sort of. And then the fourth one, it's implied that he's still around.
Yep.
But it's not official. It's also the first time we get to see Karai. We'll get to the fourth one, but the fourth one was like when I went to see in theaters, I'm like, what the fudge was this movie? But the one scene really stood out to me that I really liked. But like overall watching, I was like, this isn't kind of what I signed up for.
I was fine.
And then after I watched it again, I was like, oh, this movie's actually great. I think a lot of it too is just the art style. It's always like, especially with a lot of CG stuff, if the art style doesn't catch me right off the get-go, it takes me a while to get used to it.
Yeah, just like the Godzilla movies or like the Pacific Rim.
Godzilla, like
the Netflix stuff I was talking about, you know.
Netflix stuff, I would say Pacific Rim more so.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim was like, all right, this seems fine, but the animation is kind of while the first Godzilla one, I just was like this. I couldn't get into it, and then it just didn't get better.
No.
While the Singular Point, I actually really liked how it was pretty much right off the get go. Like that one actually, like I was into that from the very beginning.
Unlike this movie, I was not in this movie since the beginning. The first time they got into that store and he pulled out sausage instead of nunchucks, I was just done.
But Killer Kumquats?
I think.
Something?
Yeah, he said. I don't remember now. Now I don't remember. I had it in my mind. I was gonna say it.
That's where it just comes out from behind it. But I love that one, especially when like he's pretending to be the inflatable clown.
It has it. It's the thing is though. This one is more of a comedy though.
It's definitely way more lighthearted. Like,
Yeah.
This is easily the more child-friendly one of the two. Because the first one, we didn't really touch on it, but the first one, to me, always felt more geared towards teenagers and up
Yep.
than children. Like, children, it wasn't bad enough for children, because especially there is swear words and stuff in it, too.
Well, that's like the thing
What?
is though. Parents thought, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is for my kids, you know, ages 2 and 5. No, this
Yeah, which it was still,
it was more like 13 and up.
yeah, like, it felt like more like that, but it's still, like, it was marketed for kids.
And then this
With
one.
the VHSs, the Pizza Hut, stuff like that.
Now this one is definitely for ages 1 through 10 for sure.
Yeah, which again, it's still got enough going that being older, I don't think takes away from it.
No, because even like, I'll be honest, I probably haven't watched in like a year. But last time I watched it, it's okay.
I've seen it so many times that I just don't need to rewatch it. Outside of games like Turtles 3, I actually probably should at least look up the stuff for information. I know the movie beat for beat, but it's just certain things that
No.
like, I've always been crappy with names.
No, you don't need to watch that again, trust me. My God.
I usually
Oh.
make it a thing that I at least have to watch them all once a year. Except for Michael Bay.
Oh, it's like Predator, have to watch it once a year. You know, Jingle All the Way. You have to watch it once a year.
It's usually Christmas times I watch
Yeah.
it. It's like that and Gremlins. I always get in the mood to watch those two.
Gremlins. I already watched my Gremlins. I watched 1, 2, and 3 already. You know.
How'd you watch 3?
Not Gremlins. Critters.
Critters.
1, 2, and 3.
You didn't watch the 4th one? The 4th one's acceptable. It's not great, but it's acceptable.
Is it better than 3?
It's the one where they're in space.
Yes. Is it better than 3?
3's okay.
But is
3's
4th
got,
better than 3?
Leonardo DiCaprio. He's the little kid. He's the little boy in it.
Oh, I know. But I'm saying, is 4 better than 3 though? Because I don't think I've ever seen number 4.
No. It's Critters in Space, which is where they come from. Oddly enough, the only returning character is the guy from 3 that was hunting them down, if you remember.
Yeah.
Well, it's in like the first 2 too. He returns for that one. You don't ever need to see the direct-to-video ones. I think Critters 4 was direct-to-video. I think 3 was 2.
Yes.
I can't remember what 2 was. But the ones that were like made for streaming services and stuff, yeah, just no. So bad.
All right, sorry.
We can
We're
talk
off
about those if you ever want.
We're so off topic. We probably should.
Yeah, like I said, like, it's one of the I think one of the most underrated horror movies.
We should definitely do it for this month for Halloween, and then we're gonna do Gremlins for Christmas,
I'd be down for that.
and we're gonna do Die Hard for Christmas because that is a Christmas movie too.
You know, I've never seen Die Hard all the way through. Oddly enough, it's one of those movies, like, I've probably seen it all the way through in sections, but I've never sat there and watched it. Like, I don't know how the movie starts. Now that I think about it. I have no idea how he gets into the building.
All right, so let's talk about Turtles 2 before I kick Steve out of my house.
But anyways, characters are great. It's definitely a lot more childish feeling than the other ones. The suits, while to me are still good, not as good as the first one. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the movie's there's a bigger budget for it, like bigger quality.
I don't know if there's a bigger budget, but it's definitely like
the way the picture's presented, it's not as gritty.
Yeah.
To me. So certain imperfections nowadays show up a little bit more. But when I was younger, like these turtles were like living in the flesh still. It wasn't until the third one that things kind of started looking a little bit more fake to me.
Looking a little rough.
Turtles 2 is great. Go watch it.
It's on HBO, by the way.
It is on HBO. I personally own a pizza box with all of them inside of it.
Yeah, I should have bought that Black
The
Friday
special
we had it at
edition.
Walmart. Yeah.
I didn't even buy it on Black Friday. I just bought it brand new, full price. It was like $90.
Should have paid $40 on Black
Came
Friday.
with a comic book. It was great. And then I got the legit comic book.
Which is greater.
True, because I got like first 5 comics instead. What was in it? Got it for $9 at a comic book shop when originally the price was up for $200.
Yeah.
But he had it for sale for that, so I was like, okay, I ain't gonna fight you. But anyways, let us know in the comment section below what you guys thought of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. If you guys enjoyed the film, what's your favorite Turtles? Let us know in the comment section below. And we also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook, guys. Like keep up to date with the channel. Donate, we greatly appreciate it. Also, have an Etsy shop, you guys like to get some accessories for your Godzilla figures. Also down in the description as well. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger Day. See you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.